doing?
Doing well, thank you.
So one of the things, first of all, congrats on the movie. One of the things you guys are known for doing is plussing the films. And I believe it's one of your secrets that helps make these movies what they are. Now that the movie's been out and made $1 billion, what did you plus on Captain Marvel that you can look at reveal?
Isn't it weird when he says this out and it made $1 billion?
No.
It's a beautiful thing. We want to talk about plussing is not a secret. We're very open about
completely.
plussing. And I think we tried to plus every frame of it.
That's a good answer. Was there, because listen, obviously when you show the movie, you will always notice you need to do something, or maybe there's a big action set piece you still need to add, whatever it may be. Is there something in Captain Marvel, like anything big or cool, that got added from the plussing?
Look, like Victoria said, the plussing sort of happens across the board. I'm trying to think of something in specific that we really dug in on. And I guess there was a beat in the final battle that's sort of been in and out for a while, the beat where Captain Marvel has all of her powers and she goes and takes down all those missiles before she flies up into space. And it felt, as we were showing the movie to audiences and as we were going through the post-process, like they just wanted more of Captain Marvel using her powers and having fun. And the missiles felt like this thing that, even though we had sort of taken it out of the movie, had sort of wanted to fight its way back in. So, just as a kind of small example of the plussing, that felt like one of those things that was a late-breaking change that made the movie better.
Yeah, and I think also one of the things that we did, instead of putting things in, it was taking out. And I think that we continuously tried to make sure that this was not a male bashing film. Because to give her power, we didn't need to male bash. It was really about empowering her. And I think depending on how the movie was seen and how the rhythm of the film, there were times where it felt like we were doing that, not because we were consciously trying, but because it was how the flow of it was. So we kept just taking things out that it was more in her power as opposed to taken away from.
You've worked on, I believe, all the Marvel movies, and you've been working on a number as well. Is there something from the previous Marvel movies, like a sequence, I'm going back into plussing, another question. Is there something that got added that maybe fans would be surprised to learn that got added very late in the process?
We always have things that are late in the process, but late is, I don't know what you mean by late. I mean,
like 2 months before release, you're like, oh, we really need to add this.
I guess not in terms on like the sequence level. I think
No.
the bones of the movie stayed pretty much the same all the way through. One of the ideas that was sort of late breaking was the idea that Carol should sort of fly off with the Skrulls at the end of the movie. That was kind of a later idea. It just felt like she needed kind of more drive and to kind of fulfill the mission and the legacy of Marvel in a more serious and direct way that the audience understood. So we screened versions of the movie where that didn't happen, and the end of the movie was Carol kind of flying off by herself, and it didn't quite feel as impactful as we wanted it to be, or as emotional as we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So we sort of went back in the well in terms of what else can this be, and I think Ryan and Anna came up with that idea.
They did, and I think it actually tied the story much better.
So I have some home video questions. Let's see if you know any of the...
Oh, this is a test, Jonathan.
Right. Do you know if there is any plans for any 4K releases for the older Marvel movies?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a Phase 3 box set coming?
I don't know about that, but I would like to buy one. Let me know if you find out.
Well, the big question, of course, is now that Phase 3, I guess Spider-Man is part of Phase 3, but when that's done, is there any sort of plan for some epic 22 film, 23 film?
23.
Yeah, box set, which would have everything.
Yeah, I guess we sort of have to, right?
I think it would be
and
it
design
would be
like a really
fun.
cool case for it. The question's really if we can come up with the right case, then we can do the box set.
Wait. The case would be like big.
Well, yes. Okay, the right case.
23.
Because like for Phase 1, it's like the briefcase.
Yeah, it is.
And then for Phase 2, it's the orb.
This is the case. But by the way, going back to your other question, we are going to remaster all of our films in 4K. We're in the process of doing that, so it's all happening.
But I'm also curious about, obviously Disney Plus is coming.
Yes.
I am tremendously looking forward to this thing, but does that impact the home video releases at all, or is it still going to be, physical media for the future movies, like Spider-Man, whatever it may be, like, or will it, you know what I mean? Like, how does that work with Disney Plus?
I don't think that the physical DVD itself will ever go away. I don't think so. If that's happening, they haven't told us. But you will be able to actually click Disney Plus and there she is.